Okay, part 3. Before I was so rudely interrupted by a memory full message from Mr. Cameraman. Screw you, camera guy. Okay, so, where were we? Oh, hold on. Just putting the sweater on. Okay. 12-inch. IG-88. One of the holiest of holier grails. And the hardest to find and get in the box of 12-inch figures. This one is Darth Vader from Canada, 12-inch. Picked him up for a good deal. Really like that one. Let's see. Oh, he's not sealed. He's also not sealed. Chewie is sealed. Boba's not sealed, but and these are all complete, by the way, even the ones that aren't sealed. C-3PO sealed, missing the POP. Leia is sealed, but the window has come off. And then Luke is around here somewhere, and he's sealed too. But he's also missing the POP, which is this little blue circle thing. And it's actually on the side or the back somewhere. But so that pretty much does it for the vintage stuff. Moving on to the 95 and up. We're going to go ahead and... Actually, you know what? Why don't we just start over here, since this was like the beginning of when Kenner restarted back in 95. All the orange carded first series issued stuff back when they were sculpting them like He-Man, and Leia looked like a man too. It's just really bad. But since these were the first issues, they're a little bit harder to come by. Now you're going to see I have some of these that are doubles, triples, whatever. Those are variations. Leia up there in the top, she's got like 2 and 3 bands on the belt. Han and Carbonite comes with Carbonite freezing chamber and Han and Carbonite block. Then you've got Lando, He-Man version of the Stormtrooper, Han, Obi-Wan. What's interesting about any of the figures that had the sabers that first came out, the sabers were freakishly long, as tall as the figure. And apparently Hasbro decided, oh, well, we made them too long, so we're going to make them shorter. Well, they shipped some of these out with the same tray as the long ones, but with shorter sabers. So they have short saber. There's some out there floating around. They're worth a ton of money now because of this stupid variation, but they have long saber trays and short sabers in there. And then after that, they changed that over to short sabers with short trays. But I have just the long sabers with the long trays on all of them, and that's pretty much just the 3 main ones, which was Obi-Wan, Luke, and Vader. And then Boba, he had like a ton of variations on him. There's one of them out there that's worth like $400 or $500. The Sand Trooper, he's got his left hand open, closed. That's a variation on him. And then from there, they just kind of went, they went to green cards. The sculpts got a little bit better. And then at one point, they went from Kenner, you can see up there in the corner. And then after that, it was Hasbro, which you can't see them on these ones because of the way I have them stacked. But I think it was like after the 3rd year, they started going to Hasbro. And then the sculpts started getting better and everything. But they started mixing original trilogy with prequel figures and just kind of threw them all in green cards. And they went, right around that time, they did another version of the green cards, which there was like a really small run there on that one. And then right around that time was when they came out with the Episode 1 stuff. And I try to get all the first versions of all that, and whatever rare figures, like TC14, complete with dildo. He's one of the rare figures. So that was mainly all of the episode 1. Oh, C.O. Bibble, he's like another rare one too. I think he's around here somewhere. He's like the old guy who's like, oh, communications shut down can only mean one thing, invasion, that dude. Yeah. I can't believe I just said that. So, after that was episode 2. There was variations on these guys. And the variations was, I believe the first 25 or 30 figures had these cardboard backings that came with each one of them. Well, he's got one, but he's missing one, but he's got one. It was like the first, 30 or whatever figures. And they had numbers on them somewhere. We wound up getting all the ones with the little cardboard backers, and some of them were the same figures but without the cardboard backers. And it's like, oh my god, you freaking really, Hasbro, you're killing me. So I wound up just going and getting all of the cardboard backed ones. I don't know if they're worth more. I could really care less, but I just like those because they're the harder version to get. And so, of course, no. What's interesting about all this episode 2 stuff is we made a trip up to Las Vegas, New Mexico. Yes, there is a Las Vegas, New Mexico. Oh no, it was Taos. We went up there. I was trying to find the TIE bombers in the box, and right around the same time as when episode 2 came out, and I'm like, oh yeah, we got TIE bombers here. So we drove like 3 hours to Taos to get this stuff. They let us in the back room, and we just went hog wild before the stuff was even supposed to be released. It was like a week before episode 2 came out, and we got all kinds of crap. It was awesome. We got like first pick on everything. That hardly ever happens when you're a collector, a figure collector. What's cool about, let's see, where are these guys at? Oh yeah, the Star Tours. I'm sure some of you may already know about these Star Tours figures. Came out back in, I don't know, 97, 98, 99, I don't know, somewhere around there. But there were some droids they did. Some of them weren't even, they looked more like from Doctor Who than Star Wars. And so I just thought they were cool. I had a buddy pick those up for me. And some of them were on green cards. Some were on blue cards. I don't know. And then these guys here, I found those kind of everywhere. We had Dirge. They also did like a 2-pack, which I don't even know, but that was the only card you could get her on at the time, I believe. And then also there's the Shadows of the Empire, which they did, what's his face from the video game. Now, if you look at this, these guys are on the purple card, right? Now look at this guy here. That's, what the hell is his name? Hold on. That's Dash Rendar, right? From the video game. Everybody knows that? Okay, so apparently, I had a buddy who was in the military. He went over, he found me the same figure on an orange card. Tri-logo over in Iceland. And I about kissed him on the mouth when he got me that thing. It was so badass. I never saw one other than on a purple card. And when I went over to Germany to visit my relatives, I picked up a lot of the Tri-logo stuff over there too. And you can see, right there, it's pretty obvious. I picked up as much of that stuff as I could while I was there. They also did Tri-logo episode 1, which is a little bit more subtle. This is a lot of that stuff there. And then, of course, there's always your exclusives and this, that, and the other. This one, I don't know if you remember that last Jango that I showed you. Here's the Jango with the black painted visor. The other one was without. Check this guy out. He has no painted visor at all either. And then there were some variations on him too where they were missing. There's like 3 dots. Some of them had no dots. But I like the no visor. That was cool. And then Toys R Us did some of these guys. I never did get the Boba Fett in silver. kind of... Oh, and then these figures were cool because they... I think I started doing them again recently, but back then these were like the... I don't know, the higher end figures, but they had like these little pieces of cloth. They were really good sculpts, and they would add like these, you know, like Han has a cloth jacket, she has a dress. Just really cool shit. And they only did four of them, as far as I know. Never did them again. I bought all of them. I thought they were cool. I always thought they sold well too, but I guess not. And some old school Shadows of the Empire there. Okay, so that covers the door there. And that's pretty much it on the carded figures of the new stuff. Let's move on to the ships, playsets. This is all episode 1 through 6. It's all new stuff. There's a random B-wing in the way there. That's a vintage, I believe. Yeah. What's interesting about these ships here, the vintage ones, just kind of like, just to get off track here for a minute, I always wondered why in the hell they called that a B-wing, because it should have been called a T-wing in my opinion, obviously, right? But, so the A-wing, if you look at it from the top, it's shaped like an A. The X-wing is X, and the Y-wing looks like the letter Y. The B-wing had something to do with the name of the guy that sculpted it, I think, so they wound up calling it that. I thought that was pretty interesting. I learned that at a panel at C6, but, you know, obviously there's the Y shape of the Y-wing. I'm like, well, if you guys are going to stick to letters on these guys, why didn't you do that with him? But, you know, whatever. You guys are sculptors, so can't argue, and it's really cool, so. Alright, so moving on to the new ships. The TIE Bomber, as you can see, I'm just ever so slightly obsessed. I think about like 5 or 6 of them. They came out with different packaging on that. And then there's the oversized X-Wing with Luke. And, oh, that one, I got that at Hastings, of all places. This is the new, it's basically the same as the vintage one. Right there. Only it's the same mold, it's just different paint. Just cool. FAO Schwarz exclusive right there. Same mold as the old one, just different paint, and that's pretty much what Kenner did, or Hasbro did, for a lot of this stuff. I couldn't tell you what in the hell is up in the corner there. It's all, and there's crap stacked behind those too. I think, yeah, there's an AT-AT back there. I couldn't even tell you what's back there anymore. I don't remember. So let's go move down here. This is episode 4 stuff, special edition. For some of the creatures there. Here's a Tri-Logo. Picked this guy up in Germany. Tri-Logo T16. And then there's the American version. Pretty obvious in the packaging there. Okay. There's the A-Wing, Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, and all that good stuff. Just moving right along here. These are the 3-packs. Most of these are like the 3-pack little sets that they came out with, and those are kind of cool. There's like one for each of whatever they were trying to do. You know, you had like the Cantina Skiff, Cantina Aliens, Rebel Pilots, all kinds of cool different. It's a cool idea. I like it. I believe that one in the box there is Slave 1, or yeah, I think that's Slave 1, because that's the Django version, Slave 1. Same ship, I guess, obviously, but... And then this here... What is that? Oh, that's an A-Wing. Okay. Once again, same mold. Okay, and then here we've got some of the more classic stuff with the orange blaster bolt in the background. That's the Tri-Logo ATST American version. And this was some of the first stuff that came out with the orange carded stuff, because obviously the packaging matches. This is V-Wing Starfighter. It was always an interesting ship to me. I thought it kind of reminded me of the predecessor of the Interceptor TIE Fighter or something. I don't know, kind of weird. Speaking of TIE Fighters, I tried to keep these all separated by packaging and movies and stuff. We get into the green here area. A lot of this stuff, it's the same stuff repackaged and repainted over and over again. And after a while, I just stopped buying it because it was too expensive. And then space, of course, is also an issue. Some of the episode 1 stuff is pretty cool. There was one of these. Which one was it? What the heck did I buy? There was something that I bought. Oh, here it is. This thing right here. I bought that like in Grants, New Mexico, and it was a Tri-Logo ammo wagon. Battle wagon, whatever. That was really strange that they had those there. I think it was like a KB toy store or whatever. It was kind of a cool score though, because we never get Tri-Logo stuff over here in the States, which is and of all places, Grants, New Mexico. Has anybody even heard of Grants, New Mexico, except for people that live in New Mexico? No, I didn't think so. Okay, so this is kind of a hodgepodge of just crap that I could fit on top of the shelves at this point, so it's all kind of mixed up. But and then here we have this little island here that I made, and you guys saw the Stormtrooper in the last video. This one was cool. I got him on sale too. This was that's like the predecessor to the Y-Wing. It's not really a true Y-Wing. That's the Clone Wars version, but it looks like it should be the predecessor, really, because if you look at this, right, and then go look at that guy, it's like that's not the same fucking shit. Sorry, but I got it on sale. It was cool. I had to have it. And then this down here is, oh yeah, I could have just done that. See, not the same ship, but it kind of is. Anyway, that's enough of that shit. And then just a bunch of different random extra stuff that I had. Oh, I forgot about the Twin Pod Cloud Car playset that they re-released. Hey Hasbro, just waiting for the Death Star playset. And then this big box here in the middle, that is the BMF, Big Motherfucking Falcon. That one's in there. I'll probably never open it. I know, don't hate. And then these the Solakami troopers on their speeder bikes. Pretty cool. Commander Neo is their dude. And I really wish they would have finished these out. This is like section of the Cantina bar. Yeah, you can't even see it on nothing. But they did like 2 sides. They never finished the rest of it though. Okay, so moving on to the 12-inch figures here, the new stuff. Not real compared to the Sideshow stuff. This stuff's pretty pathetic, but considering when it came out and when it did and what was available at the time, everybody pretty much just ate it up. I tried to get as much stuff on sale as I could because there's just so much of it. And then they're back here, got the Leia speeder bike, and then the speeder bike dude, and then Luke on speeder bike. Hey, maybe they'll come out with a Anakin on speeder bike, and I could buy that. Oh, and then there's the dewback is, oh god, that thing's nothing compared to the Sideshow one. Oh, and they did these, what do you call it? Oh, that didn't sound good. Okay, false alarm. Thought I crunched something. This is the Queen Amidala dolls that were really well made. Or Sing. Some of the bookstores came out with some of these. They came out with a book and the figure. That was one of them. I believe they did 3PO and Vader as well. Toys R Us came out with a Luke and Han on Tauntaun in 12-inch. And oh my god, they're freaking huge. So those guys are on the bottom. They take up a lot of space. And then, of course, I started buying all these new figures, so had to have one of these things. The only problem with having one of these display things is that you don't know what the hell you got. After about 2 or 3 years, I'll go out, oh, hey, I got this figure, check it out, come back, I got 3 of them sitting on here because they're buried. But, oh, look at that. I need to buy, like, one extra one so I can open it up. And then, I really love this Macquarie stuff. This one is actually the gold coin version. And I don't have a silver one here. There's one here somewhere, but I guess the gold coins were like Chase figures or something. But these were just, some of the figures in the last 4 or 5 years that have been coming out. I just kind of just pick the ones that I don't have or new sculpts or that I like, because for the most part all the rest of it's already been done by Hasbro. So there. Oh, this one's cool too. The cartoon holiday special version, which there's been a couple guys that have done that costume too. Let's see, just all kinds of. Oh, there he is, the man. Check it out, Mr. Macquarie himself. Speak of the devil. And then these are some of the more, the bigger ones, bigger packaging ones and variations. It's C-3PO and R2. And the Luke, Macquarie Luke. Very cool stuff. So, yeah. Episode 3 figures. Kind of didn't go too crazy on those. Just kind of got what I wanted. They threw some of the vintage ones in there too. But it was different packaging. But I think that came out after. I don't know. You guys could probably come rob me, steal a little bit here and there, and I wouldn't even notice the shit was missing, to be honest with you. Okay, so that's that. And then we get into the closet. I picked up this cardboard and foam display at a local collectible place here in town, probably about 15 years ago. I think I paid $20 for it, and this came out. There was on those little shelves there, you'd put like the little bath bubble things, and that's how they would sell them. But these displays are actually pretty hard to come by because they always got thrown away. And this one was like in really good shape, so I just set it up and threw some stuff on there. And then of course we got a couple more old blasters in there, and then these are cool. These are the old school lightsabers that were just basically pieces of plastic, and you could go whack your little sister on the head with them, and she'd start crying, and you'd go run and act like you didn't do it and get in trouble. But these things are always, they came out with 3 of them. There's a yellow, green, and red, and the edges on these are always trashed. Incredibly hard to find. I've never even seen one in the package anymore. I think they just had packaging around the bottom of the lightsaber handles, and that was it. But to find one in mint shape, good luck on that. Up here I got a bunch of Micro Machines, the newer ones, stashed. Again, back in the day, that was all you could get. There was no figures being released. It was just Micro Machines and stuff. So I bought all of that stuff. Got some books down there, and just more. Hello. Okay. Can we... Hold on. We're apparently experiencing focusing difficulties. There we go. Okay. Got more figures in here and inside, and go ahead and move this. Here, we're almost done. This is like one of the last stretch here, the final stage. So bear with me, if you can. If you haven't already shut it off by now, I don't blame you, to be honest. And then this is, back in the day, you could get these porcelain plates that were The artwork is really beautiful on these. They had done a series of these, and they were just like ships painted on there. I think it was Danbury Mint or something. And then they did one for each of the movies. And then, shit, can't even see it. There's a porcelain card set right under there, I promise. They did one of those. I also have another little display there with books. And then right next to that is a vintage R2-D2 shaped toy box with a plastic lid, and he comes with little caster wheels. And there's crap inside there too. So I think that's pretty much all of it for now. Now, after I turn this off, I get to go and bring all the sideshow stuff back in here and set it up, because it's all sitting in the hallway. So yeah, that is going to do it. I thank you for bearing with me on this. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. Watching this video as much as I did making it. And hopefully I will just see you around on the boards. Had to take a break from the shop and do something. And this was a good release for me to do that. So, anyway, you guys have fun costuming and all that good stuff, and I'll see you around. Latest.